Refund request. What?
Are you not live yet?
Yeah. It says maybe there's one person here. Oh, there's two people. We got an Anna here. Anna, I just got another refund request from a pro player. Ooh, now I got 6 people. Can everybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Type in the live chat if you can. Oh, sweet. All right. We're good to go. Find my notes. We'll hang out here a little bit, see if we get some more people. All right, we got about 12 people. How do I turn slow and off when posting? You don't. I did that for Jack Low reasons. All right, we got about 13 people. I don't know how many usually come to these things. I have been to a few of them in my lifetime. But first off, I want to welcome everybody to the 40th Kansas City Wide Open. We're super excited to showcase the courses in Kansas City this year while also celebrating our 40th birthday. This event's super special. It's run by volunteers. There's no businesses involved. It's the club event. We're a 501(c) nonprofit charity. There's been several people that have worked their tail off for months leading up to this event, from coursework to behind the scenes fundraising and just overall planning. And it's all been done by everybody on their own time. Nobody gets paid. It's just for the love of the game and for the love of Kansas City. And I truly appreciate each and every one of those people that's helped out. Well, I haven't announced the players pack yet, so I'll go ahead and do that for this year. And first off, we have this performance shirt with the 40th balloon logo, and we did the balloon logo because we like to do KC Skyline stuff. And if you're familiar with KC, Worlds of Fun is one of our pinnacle skylines. Worlds of Fun is 50-year-old this year, and Oceans of Fun is 40 years old. So we thought it would work out together. And for popular demand, I have the NASCAR back on it, thanking all the sponsors who helped out with the event. I know a lot of you guys hate that, but I think it's cool. It's better than sponsors on the front of the shirt. So we have that, and then we have this really nice polo embroidered with our 40th logo. Everybody, all the AMs get one of these. And on the back, thanks to our Grip sponsorship, we have the Grip EQ logo. I wore this shirt the other day all day long, and I love it. It's a great polo. It feels super nice. I hope you guys are happy with it. Oh, also with this shirt, like the shirts that we've been getting for the last 3 or 4 years for basically every event in Kansas City, they don't make anymore. So this is the new Team 360 T11, and I like it better than the old shirts we got. All right, and we got a sports sack. Thanks to the West Plaza Tomato Company, everybody will get a sports sack. These are super nice, and they were made by Avalon Disc Golf, a company out of Missouri. So we're happy to support a local company. Everybody will also get a custom sticker with this year's event logo on it. Super nice vinyl sticker. And everybody will also, thanks to Dynamic Disc, get a Dynamic Disc or West Side or Latitude 64 or Hand-Eye umbrella. You have your choice until they run out at the players' party. And the next thing, thanks to Liberty Park Select, they gave us a koozie with some chapstick. Everybody needs these for the hot summer days. And up next, we have a Wham-O Fast Bag. I'm kind of excited about this because you never get anything like this in the players pack. It's a throw disc. It's a super throwback to the day, and the 40th logo is on it, but it's been modified to celebrate our founder of this event, Ace Mason. You can see his face right here floating in the clouds over Kansas City. Super cool, fun catch disc. This will be the disc we have for the Casey Hold'em game Saturday evening. I'm excited about this. I haven't even thrown it yet. And then I dug through club storage, and I thought it would be super cool to bring back a commemorative program from the 30th Kansas City Wide Open. So anybody that wants this, they can grab it. It's chock full of history about the Kansas City Wide Open and Kansas City disc golf in general. And last on our player pack, nope, not last, second to last. I don't have it. Everybody will also be getting a wooden mini with their name and PDGA number inscribed in it, thanks to Jeff Granger, DG Nomad. It's always cool to have a personalized mini, and I see these things go like hotcakes in Vegas, so I thought it'd be cool to include them in our players pack this year. And our last item for the player pack is a Discmania disc with this year's event stamp on it. We have two molds. We have the MD3 and the DD3. These are the new discs molded in Sweden for Discmania. So they're not the old Innova runs, but man, these things go far and fly nice. Also, like an inclusion in the players pack, everybody's eligible for the games, and at ROKC Friday night, the putting challenge. There's a $500 putting challenge. I'll get into the rest of that. And also the players party, where we're going to raffle off a grip bag Thursday night at BKS. Everybody comes down to pick up the player pack. They'll get in a drawing for a grip bag. That's the players pack. I hope everybody likes it. Moving on, I'm going to thank the sponsors for this event. First up, Bushnell. Super amazing to have an outside of disc golf company sponsor us. Bushnell has been very generous to us for this event to be our title sponsor. But more than that, we are forming a very great partnership moving forward. So look for the Kansas City Wide Open to be partnered with Bushnell for years to come, hopefully. Second on our list, which is another, it's a partner to the Kansas City Wide Open, Grip EQ. Grip EQ is donating a C Series bag to every amateur division winner. So every winner of each amateur division will get a C Series grip bag. They have also donated the grip bag for the raffle at BKS and the raffle that we're going to have Saturday night at the Players Party. So thanks to Grip EQ, and you'll be sporting their awesome logo on your polo shirt, which I love. Next up is Under Par Disc Golf. Under Par Disc Golf, for you Kansas City people know, it's run by Scott Reek. Scott Reek is running tournaments around here for years. He is the guy that I've learned almost everything I know about running tournaments. I've been under his wing for several years, helping with many events, including a PDGA Pro Masters Worlds. Love Scott. He's done so much for the community, so much for me. And this year he has done a ton of stuff for the Wide Open, raising thousands of dollars through his fundraising events, acquiring the polo that we have, also the sublimated custom event sublimated jerseys that everybody ordered. We were able to get through Under Par. So we really thank them. And that's another organization or company that have deep ties. The Kansas City Wide Open has deep ties with them, and look forward to them being more involved. They are our Shawnee Mission Park course sponsor too. Next up, I would like to thank Dynamic Disc. Dynamic Disc is our Waterworks course sponsor. They were able to help us out with a sponsorship where we can get these umbrellas at a really good price, and also help us fundraise a little bit for the Wide Open. And they're getting ready to host Worlds next year in Emporia, so I hope everybody goes down and checks that out. But thanks to DD, and I look forward to working with them in the future too. We had some good conversations with them this year, and DD does a lot for the community in Kansas City. Like if you see veteran baskets on a course, it's because of Dynamic Disc and people affiliated with them. Next, I would like to thank Discmania. I've been a Discmania guy for many years. They have facilitated almost every request I have. They'd like to see what we're doing here in Kansas City. They've had their players that work for them. They were down here last year. Unfortunately, they were signed up but couldn't make it this year due to a wedding. Dang weddings. But they're phenomenal. They got us these discs. They're amazing. We got them at a really good price and a really good discount off the overall bill, which really helps us. They are at our Labonite course sponsor. That's the course they chose because they have Disc Golf Park Baskets, which is an affiliate of Discmania. So thanks to Maverick and JoJo and Connor Mitz over at Discmania. And our last course sponsor is West Plaza Tomato Company. West Plaza Tomato Company has been sponsoring events, PDJ events, fun and sanctioned events, everything in Kansas City. I can't not thank them enough over there for the support that they have given us. And we were able to obtain these sweet sports sacks because of the West Plaza Tomato Company. So thanks, Pete. Moving on, DFX. DFX is a local company that's getting bigger and bigger every day, especially on the MVP market. And they were gracious enough to be our post-production sponsor this year. So they really helped us out in obtaining a post-production coverage. The post-production coverage is going to be by Skyheiser Productions this year. So we're excited to have the MPO and the FPO cards filmed throughout all 3 days of this event. I think post-production will come out a couple weeks after the event. Those guys are heading over to the Worlds, and they're going to be super busy. So I had no problem with them being a couple, 3 weeks later on the coverage, and very gracious to those guys. Yes, ma'am. The feature card will consist of past Kansas City Wide Open champions and the local club champion. I also like to thank Timco Woodshop. Anybody that played the Wide Open last year and won the Hot Round prize received a wooden disc that was like about this big that was engraved. Those were donated, all of them, to us from Timco Woodshop, which is, if you know Chris Timco, our club president, it's his dad's wood shop in Arkansas. Jaquan Events. Thanks to Jaquan Events, which they run the Las Vegas Challenge, they have for many, many years. Jeff and Jessica Jaquan are good friends of ours. We go out and stay at their house every year. They've been a huge support for the Wide Open since I've started running it, and this is my third year running it. And they have donated custom. Oh, I wish I would have brought one. They're really cool. Custom Innova excursion bags, Las Vegas branded ones for CTP prizes. I believe on the first day event is when we're going to give those out. I also would like to thank Ducks Kansas City. I met Chris, the owner of Ducks, in 2015, I think, 2015, 2016 in Wichita. We went down for a throw pink event, and it was like back when I was good at disc golf and I beat everybody, and he was like, I don't like you, don't come back. But turns out we became really good friends. We call each other after or before tournaments that each other run, kind of bounce things off of each other. I'm glad to see that they opened a store here in Kansas City. And Liz and MK are super involved with that, and look for good things, partner with them in the future as well. But Ducks KC is donating a win your car prize. So every, I think I'm doing it first day Friday. When you win your card, you'll get a $5 voucher to Ducks KC. So you can go down there and cash that in and maybe find some other stuff you like. I'd like to thank our, let's see, what am I missing? Oh yeah, Bushnell will also, they have also donated the Bushnell speakers. So Saturday of the event, there'll be CTPs for the Bushnell speakers. And moving on to our merchandising payout vendors for the event, we have Truly Unique. KC locals know Derek Brocker. He's been around for years. He's built a great store down in the Belton area, which kind of serves the southeast side of Kansas City. The store is amazing. It's a great looking store. They're doing a lot of things down that way, which always fills in the gap of the whole metro having exciting things going on. And we're excited to have them for a vendor. So if you chose them, your payouts will be good till the end of the year, and you'll have an option, I'm sure, to either you can go to the store or you can find something online. They do have an online website that you can go to. And our second vendor is Maverick Disc Golf. Again, locals know Rob Martin. He's been running events for longer than I have, all throughout the Kansas area. He always finds like smaller communities that don't have disc golf events, which I always thought was really neat because he's putting in a need or in areas that people don't have. You know, they don't want to travel to Kansas City or Emporia or Topeka or places like that. And I always thought that it was really cool. He found like, you know, smaller towns that had a course and started running events there and just kind of grew the game that way. And I really respect Rob for that a lot. And I ran into him today getting ready to play the new Bad Rock Gold layout. I wonder how that worked out for him. And our last one is, and always Dynamic Disc Kansas City. Josh and Pete down there give so much back to the community. Pete's always a phone call away. Josh, anytime you need something, you can give him a call as well, and he'll help you out. These guys really represent a good brand of disc golf in Kansas City. And they don't have an online store, but if you call Josh and you're a player from out of town and you pick DDKC, call Josh. He'll take care of you. And again, those vouchers will be good till the end of the year. So don't squander your time. Go down there and get your stuff and help support those vendors that help support us for the event. Also like to thank the banner sponsors and the T-sign sponsors. I didn't list everybody off, but thanks everybody that helped purchase the banners or T-signs for the event. It really helps in fundraising. And a lot of the fundraising is event support, stuff for volunteers. We have like 35 volunteers signed up this year. Every one of them is going to get a shirt, a disc, an umbrella, a sports sack. They're going to get a player's pack essentially. And they're going to get they're going to have a party afterwards, and they're also, we have a raffle for them too. So we have stuff like Zucca carts and grip bags and things like that for our volunteers. So buying a banner or a T-sign really helps us support the volunteers that gave up many days off of work just to see this event be successful. Some other people I'd like to thank is Cole Blaze with Dead Center Disc Golf. He has the YouTube channel, and he's, as far as I know, is the only person ever to have a drone fly over a waterworks. But he's been doing all our courses. He's been uploading them online. I've never done this, but I can imagine filming drone footage and then editing it and putting all the little captions and logos and stuff over it. It takes a lot of time, and this guy's doing this for free for Kansas City, so other people can see what Kansas City courses look like and want to come here as well. So huge thanks to Cole. He will be working with our post-production crews this weekend. He has he did some videoing as we were working on this event, so he has like some highlights and maybe some interviews of what we've been up to out on the courses and things like that. I really appreciate it, Cole, if you're watching. Next, I'd like to thank Scott Oswald. So Scott designed the event stamp this year. He also helped us with the basket banner wraps. He designed those. He also designed the custom sublimated jersey that was up for pre-sale for fundraising. And he also designed the basket flags that we have on all the baskets at Waterworks and Bad Rock. And I will tell you, Scott probably hates me after this process because I hadn't changed so many things or something was wrong. And he was so accommodating, helping us along. And I really appreciate it. And Scott does awesome work. Special volunteers, I kind of want to thank. I can't thank everyone, but some of these guys have really put in some work. First off, JT and Bowen at Waterworks. If you guys haven't been to Waterworks, I've never seen it look so nice. In fact, I know JT's up there right now painting lines so we can fit more cars in the parking lot. And I know that he spent all day, I think it was Saturday. He was there from sun up to sundown, making sure the course looked absolutely amazing. And I cannot thank those guys enough for taking the reins and helping make Waterworks look fantastic again. Oh, I also know he's up there putting the red mulch on the peace sign, which makes me so happy. Thanks to those guys. Thanks to Bill Masson with Johnson County Parks and Rec. I've had several meetings with him this year, and it's amazing to find a guy that loves disc golf that plays and actually works in the parks department. So he was super accommodating to everything that we needed at Shawnee Mission Park, getting the extra baskets pulled and the grass mowed and making sure everything was ready for this week. So thanks to Bill. Thanks to Chris Timko and all the Rogue guys, Josh Egan. Thanks for getting Rosedale together and making it look super spiffy. They had several work days out there. They cleaned up the right side of fairway on 15, which I haven't seen like that forever. So tons of weed eating's been done out there. I haven't been there recently, but I know Friday when I drove by that the parks had mowed. So Rosedale is looking phenomenal right now. I would like to thank Dick Parker and the Sugar Creek Parks and Rec for getting Lob and Eat ready. I was out there Monday to paint, and the grass was kind of tall. They had mown like literally 7 days before, and I was just thinking, man, the grass grows really fast out here. And so I started painting hole 2, walked down, and there they are, Parks and Recs on the other side of the park. They're mowing, so I kind of had to push that off. I need to get back out there tomorrow and paint the cart paths, and pretty much that's it. There's not much that needs to go down out there. But Dick and a few other volunteers have been out there getting down trees and weeding around trees and stuff like that, making sure the park looks great. While we're talking about Dick, he also helped with the course maps that you see in the caddy books this year, and all the course banners and the sponsor banners. Dick put those together for me, so thanks, Dick. Liberty Parks and Rec and the Syndic crew, Cujo, Johnny, all those guys have killed it this year with all the new upgrades to Bad Rock Creek, the new holes. Some are still a little rough, but don't worry, folks. We're going to get those cleaned up this fall. We have lots of plans. But right now, I've never seen Bad Rock Creek look the best it's ever had. There's mulch everywhere. There's rocks down. It's mowed perfectly. And I'm excited for future things that are going to happen at Bad Rock. Again, thanks to Johnny Harrison, CD Boy. He's kind of been one of my right-hand men here lately throughout the tournament, making sure things that I can't get to gets done, making sure that the teardown from Waterworks and move to Bad Rock Thursday night's going to move smoothly. He's been at several work days. He's always there to help out and tell me I'm an asshole at times too, but that's why I love him. Thanks to Pete Cashin for getting all the new flag stanchions at Waterworks and Bad Rock so we can have fancy new event flags, and also so we can get actual flags on the baskets for permanently at both those courses. So thanks for doing that, Pete. Thanks to Keith Glendinning for helping me paint circles at Bad Rock. So we're going to have our 32 feet circles around each basket, which I know Anna will love if she's still here. And Keith is also our course coordinator at La Bonique. What else we got here? And thanks to Brent Curls. Thanks to Brent Seamers. He's the one that put the caddy book together. That's probably another person that wants to strangle my neck from so many changes and just updates, and I goofed here, and I need to add this, and I probably need to be better at this. So it's one of the things I work on. But thanks Brent for being super patient with me. And when you see him out, he'll be volunteering this weekend, so say hi. Boop-a-doo. Thanks to my good buddy Michael Kruger. Michael Kruger is one of my good friends. He always kind of knows how to push my buttons and when to and not to, but he always gives me super solid advice. He's always there when I have a question of why, when, how, why is this? But he helped me paint the courses this weekend. He is going to be our course starter at Waterworks. And Michael is a fixture in the community. Everybody knows him. He's our lovable TD that likes to make amateur players mad. Love you, MK. And also, I'd like to thank my lovely wife, Tina Patterson. She has kept the ship steered right throughout this crazy ordeal of me organizing the Wide Open starting in January. I don't know. I'm crazy. I get fixated super early about this event. I want everything to be perfect. I'm not perfect, so I know that everything's not going to be perfect. So I can't expect that. But she gave me the best advice after the first year of running the Wide Open. She was like, "Who cares if 7 people were mad at you? 380 people were super happy with you." So I love her to death. She's handling the merchandise this year. You'll see her down at BKS for the Players Pack pickup. And it's everybody's favorite Patterson. So make sure and give her a big hug and thank you. I'd like to thank my course directors, Cade Geralt. Everybody local knows Cade. He runs the Olathe Leagues. He was the tournament director for the Midwest Amateur Champion this year. So I was more than obliged when he called me to be a course director at Heritage that is an hour drive from my house, that I would be there. Every morning I got up super early, drove there, was there all day, helped him however I could with the event, and I'll do it anytime he ever asks. Thanks a lot, Cade. Keith Glending, like I mentioned, he is our course director at La Bonite. La Bonite's a pretty basic course, so there's not a lot of help that needs to be out there. I know Steeler Doug will be helping spotting on hole 2 out there. So thanks to those guys when you see them. Greg Curtin, he is new to being a course director this year. Last year he helped Tina course direct at Waterworks, and I was up there and I watched how they did things and he nailed it. There was rules questions that came up and he, off the top of his head, knew the answer. Greg's been a volunteer for years around here. He's like, you can always call him and ask him and he'll help out however he can. We all love Greg, so when you see him, give him a big hug for us. We also have another first-time course director this year, and Cody Davison. He'll be our course director at Rosedale. And Cody is one of the rogue people or group. I almost said guys, but then I said people because there's people there. But Cody and the rogue guys have been working on Rosedale for years. They hold the KCDG League out there. They hold their own league out there. Every Sunday they hold what they call church, and they are a great community group that includes everyone. They always have large followings out there, and Cody and Kelly are just amazing people. I'm glad they're my friends. And last, Captain Cujo, Josh Kujawa. He'll be our course director at Bad Rock. Everybody local knows Cujo. He's been around for years helping. He's been course director for me for many a times. He was at one time he was the course coordinator for Waterworks and Bad Rock at the same time. I mean, this guy put in work everywhere. Not so much anymore since he's got a little Stevie now, but good friend of mine, always there to help when he can, and he'll be your course director out at Bad Rock. So thanks, Cooge. Oh, Cooge also went out to Bad Rock today and dug 3 holes, and he said the hardest ever to put temp PVC sleeves in for the practice baskets by the baseball court. So everybody has an area to practice away from the course. All right, moving on to kind of like our schedule events. Thursday night at BKS from 5 to 9 will be our first night of amateur player pack pickups. We also have, in collaboration with Dick Parker and the gang down at BKS, they are brewing not one this year, but 2 different styles of Kansas City wide open beer. There's going to be a hazy beer and one that's not hazy enough, basically. That's what I'm going to call them, because they're not ever hazy enough, Dick. But yeah, that's 5 to 9. There will be catered food there from 6 to 7:30. Again, all amateur players that come down and pick up their player pack, they'll be put in a raffle, and we'll be raffling off a grip bag to them. Friday night at ROKC in Olathe, we have a $500 putting competition. So it's free to all players. Go down from 4 to 7. I believe that's the correct hours. So anytime between 4 and 7, it's like a flex start putting competition. Go down there. There will also be a raffle for everybody that shows up down there. Andrew and the guys down there kick in a lot of different things that aren't disc golf related, which I think is cool, and you get to try something else. It's like ROKC is a climbing gym, and there's Moose Jaw right next to it. So it's a cool facility. So thanks for those guys for allowing us to come down there and do the putting competition. We really appreciate it. And then Saturday night at Bad Rock from 6 to 9, we're going to have a fly mart. And for the people that don't know what a fly mart is, it's where you go and you buy discs and sell discs. So we have like 15 vendors from all over signed up to come down. If you're local and you got some discs you want to sell, come on down. Try to get rid of them. But a lot of these guys are coming in from out of town, so we really appreciate everybody if they can come, playing or not, if they can come and hang out and attend the fly mart. We're also going to have DJ Twiggy there, and he's going to be DJing throughout the night. And then I think at I can't remember. I think at 7:30 to 8, we're going to have a big memorial for Dr. Ace Mason, the founder of our event. We're going to have some of his family members are going to be here, and we're going to have some local guys that came up with Ace as disc golf was in its infancy in Kansas City. And it would be really cool for me to hear stories about back then and what it was like. And I can give you the few stories that I have of Ace Mason. I'm not gonna give them on here, but man, that guy was a hoot. It was. I'm glad I got to meet him. Also, we'll have our games. So there's 3 different games we have lined up. One of them, Casey Hold'em. One of many will be out. Fred and Dick's little excursion will be out, and they're gonna have mini course set up. And then we're gonna have an evolution of disc golf, which we're gonna have baskets from the area, starting with a tone pole and moving on. Thanks to Jack for those baskets. All right, we'll move on to the courses. Anybody got any questions? I think I am burnt from being on. I might have a heat rash from being on the course all 4 days, all day long. Do I still have people? All right. Any questions? All right, moving on to the courses. Something I stole from Jeff Duquois, my buddies in Vegas. We're going to do, when I go out there, I'm a course marshal, and Jeff thought it would be cool if all the course marshals had yellow hats. So if you need to find a course marshal, you could find one. Look for a yellow hat. It worked several times for me. They were like, yellow hat, come here. So our volunteers are going to have red hats, and our official PDGA course directors will have purple hats with this logo on it. This hat looks blue on the screen, but I assure you it's purple. I don't think very many people wear purple hats in this country. Also, that was MK's idea because he's a K-Stater. I am too. So, but if you ever need to find the official after the round to have any PGA questions, if you had to throw a provisional or anything like that, find the purple hat, and that's the person that is the official person that can give you the ruling. No one else can. If you see the red hat volunteers, thank them for their time, but they are not course officials, so they cannot give you a ruling. All right, so I think there was some confusion about the dates this year. So we wanted to do the NPO, FPO Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so we could hopefully draw some touring pros in before they head to Worlds in Emporia. So we moved it a little earlier, and that's an A tier. And then we have our AC tier, which is our age-protected pros, and our amateur players. They're going to play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I hope there's no confusion there. Speaking of that, while I'm on it, I'll tell you that we are adding $3,000 to the age-protected divisions. We are adding $3,000 to the FPO division that has now 8 players, I think. And we are adding $9,000 to the MPO division. Thanks to all our sponsors and fundraising efforts to be able to do that. Okay, tee times for the MPO FPO will go out Wednesday night. I say that, but if you look, they'll probably be out by noon tomorrow because that's what I'm working on in the morning. The AC tier, the Age Protected Pros, and the amateur players tee times will go out Thursday by 7, but I bet they'll be out sooner than that. All right, moving on to our courses. I'm going to do a brief overview of the courses because I'm at 40 minutes, and I think that's like 20 minutes too long already. But Shawnee Mission Park is pretty self-explanatory. If you follow the caddy book, there is a few changes there. The biggest change is when we went to paint, we thought there was going to be more tall grass. So what I'm going to have the starters tell you is all the tall grass that is marked with white paint and flags is out of bounds. And that will be the only tall grass that's out of bounds. So in generals, holes 12 through 17 will not have any tall grass marked and painted for out of bounds. It's pretty open out there. We had the basket spread out from each fairway, so I think it'll be all right. I feel like there was something missing. Nope, that was it. Rosedale. Rosedale is our busiest course in Kansas City. Hopefully we don't have an issue with that. But usually people are pretty good. There's a down under course there, so if they come to play, if they can find a parking spot, they'll go down under and not harass the tournament players. Again, the Rosedale is pretty straightforward. If you follow the caddy book, the biggest change there, and this is my error, I'm not sure how this slipped through, but how I wanted to, hole 8, the island hole, how I wanted to word it is not how the PDGA will allow us to play the hole anymore. So the way the holes, where do we find the tee times? The tee times, I will send an email out when the tee times are posted, but if you want to find the email, or the tee times, they will be posted to the PDGA site for your event. So if you want to find that site, you can go to Disc Golf Scene and click on the players, and there will be a little link right there, and it'll take you right to the PDGA site, and that's where the tee times will be posted. Hope that makes sense, Charles. So hole 8 at Rosedale is an island hole. So how the rule goes and how the PDGA wanted me to word it, and which is an error in the caddy book, is when your initial drive to the island goes OB, you go to the drop zone. After that, you play the hole as normal OB rules. So your initial attempt to throw to the island, if it does not land on the island, you cannot place your lie on the island, you go to the drop zone. And after that, you play normal OB rules. And the drop zone is 45 feet away from the island. So hopefully you don't have any problems after that. Everything else should be pretty kosher there. Waterworks. Waterworks is the same layout because you can't change it very many times for the past years. We're not doing hole 13 on the sidewalk. It's plain normal. Hole 3 super cleaned out. Yep. Normal OB rules after that, Hannah. Waterworks, there is the double mando on hole 8 with OB down behind it. We've been using this for years. There'll probably be an ad wall up this year, and I put in the notes, ad wall does not and will not ever define an out of bounds line. Hole 9 is a temporary tee pad up on the sidewalk. It's marked. You'll see it. There's flags. There'll be a tee sign there. On that hole, if your disc does not land in bounds on the right side of the sidewalk, you must proceed to the drop zone. Hole 12 is a double mando. If you miss it, I don't know how you would, but if you miss it, you re-tee. Hole 13 also has a mando right. If you miss it, go to the drop zone. Hole 13 also has a sidewalk on the right that goes all the way down, and at a point it stops, and the OB line goes up to the right side of the fairway. Now, in the past, this OB line was super tight, but thanks to JT and the boys out there, that's all cleaned out. Up around the basket, the OB line is outside of the circle. It shouldn't be a problem. Moving on, 14, 17 has a mando, and this is a new mando this year. We keep toying with the hole because I like it on the peninsula so much, but last year was a little bit of a fiasco, but I was there, and we put the mando in. It's on a further tree down the fairway. You have to stay left of it. If you miss the mando, there's a drop zone. That's pretty much everything for Waterworks that I can think of off the top of my head. MK is the starter out there, so he will tell you every little thing you want to know about it before you're around. Labonite, straightforward. If anybody's played it, hole 2 is completely surrounded by OB line on the inside of the fairway and at the top of the dam or dike. I kind of pushed the OB line further to the left. I spotted that hole a little bit this year at the KCFDC, and man, people were like landing up there, but it was so close. I thought if I could just push it a little more, maybe like 5 feet more, that people wouldn't go out of bounds. So yeah. So and then the car paths are all. Anna, it's normal OB rules after you attend the drop zone. So if you fly over the island, you mark where you think you are on the island and play from there. That makes sense. Labonite, all the car paths they'll be painted and flagged tomorrow, so those are out of bounds. And then another kind of quirky thing is hole 18 has I think it's the old chicken barn. It plays as a hazard. So if you land in there, it's a hazard. You play from your lie with a 1-stroke penalty. The concrete outside of the structure is not a hazard area. And also, you cannot take relief from a hazard area. Somebody thought they could do that earlier this year. And on to Bad Rock, which our age-protected pros will be playing the last day of the event. It's the monster layout. They'll be playing the hardest you can. These are professional players, so I think they can handle it. Bad Rock, all tall grass is OB. The tall grass is your visual indicator. All tall grass is painted with the white line. Fairway dividers and things like that are flagged, just to let you know. But the tall grass is your visual indicator that it is OB, and it's everywhere. Basic rules: cart pass and over or OB, water, and surrounded by water. All that's OB. One change that I had to make today at Bad Rock was the power company decided to come out and trim up everything under the power lines, fences, trees, tall grass that's a foot tall. For some reason, they thought they had to take that out. I don't really understand. So I had to repaint Gold 3. I don't know. It was weird. But anyway, so on Gold 3's T-pad, they cleaned out the fence to the left. So any wise guy could turn around, throw his disc, 20 feet, and then have like a 315-foot shot straight at the basket on the island. Well, I'm not going to allow that to happen. So I called the PDGA to make sure I could change something like this so close to the event, and they gave me their blessing after I explained what happened. So on this hole 8, and anybody listening, this doesn't affect the FPO. What's that, MK? Oh. Anyways, so I put a Mando in. So if you're on the pad, this would be the MPO pad and the Age Protected Pros pad. It's the left pad. It's the long pad. Just to the left, there's a tree right there. I put a Mando sign on it, and I drew my invisible Guardian Mando wall to the left, so you cannot throw back behind the pad and throw over the island, because at that point you will miss the Mando. I lost my notes. Other than that, Bad Rock has some new holes. Hole 5 is pretty cleaned up. I actually think it looks nice. The new hole 17 is pretty rough. It's not terrible, but it's rough, and it will not look like that come next spring. But it's still playable. It's still a super fun hole to play. And anyways, does anybody got any questions? Do I still have people? 17 people. I'm cutting this off in 9 minutes, or soon if nobody has a question. And I also hope I didn't forget anybody. There's like a delay, so I'm waiting. Let's see. Oh, they messed the date up, didn't they? MK, are you on here? Is all the OB at Shawnee Mission Park clearly visible from the teapot box? That's like a loaded question, right? But yes, all tall grass at Shawnee Mission Park that is OB is marked with white paint and flag. So if you see flags around tall grass, that is OB. And it's definitely hole 1 on the left, hole 2 on the right side of the fairway to keep you out of the creek. Hole 3, there's none. Hole 4, there's OB tall grass left. Hole 5, there's none. There's tall grass near the basket, but it's not out of bounds. It's not painted. It's not flagged. Hole 6, no. Hole 7, we painted a line to the right of the fairway. Hole 8, the OB tall grass is to the left side of the fairway. Hole 9 is the whole fairway is surrounded by tall grass, right and left side. Hole 10, there is none. Hole 11 has tall grass OB down the left side of the fairway, and that's mainly for protection of the other holes out there. Then after that, there's no tall grass OB until hole 18 on the right side of the fairway. I got a question. Behind the basket on 3 at Bad Rock, there is an area that is mowed. Is that OB or is that line the circle's edge? That is the circle's edge. OB line. It is flagged and painted. Also, tomorrow there's a flex start from 10 to 3 at Rosedale for anybody that wants to go out there. Scott Reek with Under Par will be out there facilitating. Thanks again to Scott for running the flex starts this week at Waterworks, Bad Rock, and tomorrow at Rosedale. Oh, I knew I was missing some stuff. Also, like to thank Jeff Granger with DG Nomad for making the trophies for us. There, we've kind of have a standard of the mini or the not the mini, but the Wooding disc trophies this year. I saw the preview of it, and they're super cool. Also, the winner of the games Saturday night at Bad Rock will also get uh, the games trophies, which I saw earlier, and they're pretty sick. Hopefully, I want somebody to play that Texas Hold'em game with me because that looks like a lot of fun. Thanks to Jeff for that, and thanks to Kelly Davidson. All the T signs that you see out on this course this year were designed by Kelly Davidson. I loved them. They fit in with the feel of our balloon logo and what we got going on with that. That's probably another person that wants to strangle my neck from just like, can we do it this way? How about this way? And she's super accommodating, and I think she enjoys making them. Hopefully, we can get her back next year to help us out. But Kelly will also, she's with Plastic and Chains. You look that up on Instagram. She will be our photographer for the event. So she'll be out snapping photos at Rosedale and Waterworks, and I think Bad Rock a couple of days. Do 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 do. Yes, the flex arts are something that you have to separately sign up for. Anna, do I not have that in the course notes? Anna is asking about the tennis courts at Rosedale, which are usually always out of bounds. Hole 18, out of bounds, surrounded by tennis court, on or over painted line, and or parking lots. Yes, Anna. All right, we got about 2 minutes left. Any more questions? I know I'm tired. It's been a long week for me. We started painting Saturday morning, painted all day Saturday, painted all day Sunday. I tried to paint Labonite. Is it concrete or fence? Well, if your disc is surrounded by concrete, Anna, you are out of bounds. I've been at Bad Rock the last couple days trying to make sure that the improvements look nice and there's not any hiccups out there. A lot of these courses I don't have to worry about. Shawnee Mission Park, the Parks and Rec takes such good care of it. We don't have to put a lot of volunteer work in out there, which is amazing. Rosedale, the road crew keeps that course looking nice, so it's really nice to have community-based members that take care of that course. So I really don't have no worries out there. This year, JT and Bowen stepped up with Waterworks, and just blew me away. Waterworks looks so good, and I was so thankful because the last couple of years I kind of struggled on even getting the red mulch. Like I did it, me and two other guys did the red mulch ourselves the last couple of years, and that's the big thing that I always think needs to be done to make Waterworks look so great. Uh, Labonite Sugar Creek takes care of that course. Dick gets out there regularly and weed eats, so that thing looks amazing. Usually, if it hasn't been raining a lot or anything like that, because that area is tough to mow. So with the improvements at Bad Rock, I've been out there the last few days, and it's been a long week, but I'm excited to get things popping off Thursday. I'm excited to see everybody's smiling faces out on the courses. I'm excited to hear the stories of this shot did that shot did this, and hopefully hole 16 at Bad Rock is paint down the lady side. So hole 16, there's paint down the lady side. So a hole 16 at Bad Rock, there is the left side of the fairway is out of bounds, tall grass out of bounds. It comes down and it kind of swoops up 14's fairway, but there's a dividing line right at the corner, and it's painted and flagged, and it goes all the way to the water in front of the cedar tree. So the left side of the fairway on 16 is painted. The right side of the fairway is fair game. It's not out of bounds. If you get over there, you're kind of penalized enough. I hope that answers your question. But hole 16 at Bad Rock, we can expand on that more. The MPOs and age protected pros play from the long pad, and if their drive goes into the water, then they have a drop zone with a one-stroke penalty, and the drop zone is the ladies' pad. Hole 1 by the wall by the pin. Is the water line OB or is there a pan? There is not. Okay, so typically in the past, we do paint the water at Bad Rock, but this year the water levels are low. There's not swampy areas that are questionable. So I like the more natural look of the ponds without the paint line, because usually I get yelled at more often than not because I painted a line that was maybe a little too far away from the water and somebody missed it. I think it will be very clear whether your disc is in. I'll phrase it this way. I think it'll be very clear if your disc is surrounded by water at the ponds at Bad Rock this year. I've walked all three of them several times in the last couple of weeks, and I don't, in the future I might paint them if it becomes an issue, but I don't see it being an issue at this point. Just remember, if your disc is surrounded by water. Okay. All right. Well, that's going to be it. If I don't have any more questions, it is now 8:30, and maybe I can not answer a million emails and card requests. You guys are getting out of control with these card requests. That's all I got to say. Totally out of control. But I love you guys. I love KC. Thanks again to everybody that's coming to play this event. We're happy to celebrate 40 years. And thank all the volunteers. You know, we do it for the love of the game, the love of Kansas City, and it would be nice to see KC back on the map of maybe a Pro Tour or something in the future. Hefty goals like that are definitely in the minds of me and Chris Timko that helps me run this event and the other guys involved. So I hope we make KC proud this year, and you guys allow me to run the wide open again next year. All right, peace out, KC. I will see you Thursday at the at Waterworks or at the Players Party at BKS.